Are you exhausted from trying to figure out your future today? You don't have to map it all out alone. God has a plan of peace for you, and He is waiting to reveal it. Take a deep breath. This is your moment in the garden. God is here, walking with you. Welcome to the garden walk. In the next few moments, we are going to slow down for a guided devotional, followed by a time of prayer. I know the world outside these stone walls is obsessed with speed. It is obsessed with the finish line and what comes next. But the garden is different. The garden does not ask you to produce anything right now. It simply invites you to be. Notice the tension in your shoulders. Let them drop. Notice the weight in your heart. Imagine setting it down on a wooden bench as we pass. You are safe here. You are seen by the gardener. Before we walk any further, I want to invite you to simply type the word "here" in the comments. Just a small gesture to mark your presence, telling your own soul that you have arrived and you are ready to receive. Now, as we move into the shade of the ancient weeping willow, let us listen to the wisdom that guides our steps today. These are not just words, they are a compass for the heart that seeks its true home. Listen to the words of the Lord through the prophet Jeremiah 29:11-14. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. I will be found by you, declares the Lord, and will bring you back from captivity. I will gather you from all the nations and places where I have banished you, declares the Lord, and will bring you back to the place from which I carried you into exile. Listen to those words again in the quiet. Let them echo against the stone walls. I know the plans I have for you, plans for peace, hope, and a future. There is a quiet, winding stream just ahead of us. Let's pause here for a second. Can you hear the water? It is such a soft, bubbling sound. It moves over smooth, gray stones that have been sitting there for 100 years. Notice how the water doesn't struggle to find its way. It doesn't fight the rocks or the mud. It simply follows the path prepared by gravity. I wonder, why do we find that so hard to do? We often spend our lives in such a frantic search for the way forward, don't we? We look at the horizon, and instead of a path, we see only fog. We look at our circumstances, and we see only walls. I know there are days when it feels like we have been forgotten in the middle of our own personal exile. We wonder if the silence of the world means the silence of God, but I want you to listen to the voice walking beside us right now. I know the plans. Isn't that a relief? Before you even woke up this morning, before you felt the first heavy weight of the day's worry, the plans were already there. And the nature of these plans is kindness. We often project our own fears onto God. We think He is disappointed in our progress. But Jeremiah reminds us that He does not desire our harm. He does not find joy in our struggle. Imagine a father who dreams of your well-being. Imagine a gardener who is obsessed with your bloom. He desires for us to be prosperous, and I don't just mean in our bank accounts. Though He cares for our needs, but in the marrow of our bones, to be prosperous in peace, to be prosperous in love, to be prosperous in the quiet confidence that we are cared for. As we walk past this row of lilies, look at them. Do you see how they don't strive? They don't seem to wake up anxious about tomorrow's sun or tonight's rain. They rest in the plan laid out by the soil and the sky. I think we are being invited into that same rest today. The word says that when you call, He will listen. Let that sink in for a moment. The one who holds the galaxies in the palm of His hand the one who designed the complexity of every single leaf in this garden. He is waiting to hear the sound of your voice. He is not too busy managing the stars to hear the whisper of your heart. I love the image this creates. It's like a mother leaning in close to hear the softest, smallest word from her child. He is inclined toward us. He wants to hear about your day. He wants to hear about the things that make you afraid in the middle of the night. He even wants to hear about the dreams you are almost too scared to name out loud. And here is the beautiful part. We don't have to use special words here. We don't have to use church language. We don't have to perform. We don't have to be good enough to be heard. We are already heard because we are already His. You will seek me and find me. This is the great promise of this walk. It reminds us that God is not hiding from us. He is not playing a game of shadows. He is not trying to make it hard for us to reach Him. He is the light that reveals the path. But the verse does add one thing. He asks for the whole heart. Does that phrase intimidate you? It used to intimidate me. But I've learned that whole heart does not mean a perfect heart. It does not mean a heart that never doubts or never wanders. It means a heart that is honest, a heart that is transparent, a heart that brings all the broken pieces, the questions and the fatigue, and lays them on the grass. When we seek Him with everything, with the good, the bad, the beautiful, and the messy, He says, I will be found by you. Think of the relief in that sentence. I will be found. The search is over. The wandering is done. That feeling of being lost in a strange land, it is coming to an end. You are no longer in exile looking for a home. You are home. He promises to bring you back from the captivity of your own heavy thoughts, to bring you back from the exile of your own shame. Notice how the path opens up ahead of us now. The trees are parting, and we are stepping into a wide, sun-drenched meadow. The grass is tall and gold. Wildflowers are scattered everywhere like jewels. This feels like the future He is talking about, doesn't it? A future of hope, not a future of fear. The world tells us that the future is a threat. It tells us the future is something to be managed, controlled, and feared. But God says the future is a promise. If He is already in the future, then the future is safe for us. He is a God of restoration. I love how He gathers the pieces of our lives that have been scattered by the wind. He brings them back to the center. He brings them back to Himself. Can you feel the strength in that truth? The Creator of all things is concerned with the details of your happiness. He is not a distant judge watching from a throne. He is a companion on the road, a help that is always present. Take a long, deep breath of this meadow air. It feels expansive, free, clean. I want you to know something today. You are not alone in your work. You are not alone in your waiting. The plans are in motion even now, even when we cannot see them. Just like the roots under our feet growing deep in the winter, the gardener is working, even when we are asleep. So, let the anxiety about your luck or your future fall away. Your life is not a series of accidents. It is a series of appointments, and He is there for every single one of them. Think of a time when you felt completely alone, when you felt like the walls were closing in, and then remember the quiet peace that arrived, the unexpected help. That was the gardener. That was the promise of Jeremiah 29. He was being found by you, and He is still doing that work today, in this very moment. As we begin to walk slowly back toward the stone gate, notice how the light has changed. The golden hour is beginning. Everything is glowing with a warm, amber light. It touches the tops of the trees and the surface of the stream. This feels like the light of His favor. So, let us turn our hearts toward Him in prayer. Not a prayer of performance. Not a prayer of many complicated words. Just a prayer of simple surrender. like a child talking to a father in the cool of the day. Lord, the keeper of the garden, the planner of our peace, the one who knows the end from the beginning, we come to you now with our whole hearts. We don't bring a perfect version of ourselves today. We just bring ourselves. Thank you for walking with us on this gravel path. Thank you for listening to the sound of our hearts. Father, we confess that we often live as if we were orphans. We confess that we have believed the lie that the future is a dark and dangerous place. We are tired of trying to find our own way out of exile. So today, we choose to believe your word. We choose to believe that you have plans for us. Plans to prosper us, not to harm us. Plans to give us a hope that does not fail. Right now, in this quiet moment, we bring our specific worries to you. The things that kept us awake last night. The questions we cannot answer yet. Imagine us taking them out of our hands and laying them on this path. They are too heavy for us, but they are light for you. We seek you today, not just for what you can give us, but for who you are. Be our refuge today. Be our true home. Bring us back from the captivity of our fear. Gather our scattered thoughts. Quiet the noise in our minds, and help us to rest in the certainty of your presence. Thank you for hearing our voice. Thank you for being a God who is easily found by those who look. Thank you for your promise of restoration. We trust your timing. We trust your plans. We trust your love. Amen. The sun is lower in the sky now. The shadows of the trees are stretching long and soft across the grass. Everything in the garden is settling into rest. But the peace we found here, the confidence that we are heard, the knowledge that the plans are good, that stays with you. It doesn't stay behind these stone walls. It walks through the gate with you. It sits with you in your car. It stands with you in the kitchen and the office. It is a quiet anchor in a noisy world. Before we finish our walk today, I want to invite you to linger in this presence for a moment longer. The garden is a place of companionship. We walk here shoulder to shoulder. If there is a burden you are setting down on the grass today, or if there is a plan you are finally handing over to the Lord, I invite you to share a quiet thought below. You may leave a prayer request, or simply share a single word that reflects your heart in this moment. A word like rescued, a word like answered, a word like home, or perhaps just here. There is no pressure to do so. The silence is enough if that is what you need. But if you do share, know that you are in a safe place. When you see the requests of others, I invite you to whisper a quiet prayer for them. In this garden, we carry each other to the Father. Your presence here is a gift. Your heart is precious beyond words. Know that as you step out of this garden and back into the world, you are not leaving the presence. The voice that answers in the quiet is still answering. The hands that hold the stars are still holding yours. Take one last, long, deep breath. Hold the stillness of the garden in your lungs for a second, and let it out. The gate is open. Walk through it slowly, with hope in your mind, with a future in your heart, and the peace of being found in your soul. Everything is being turned for your good, because the gardener is faithful. Carry this peace with you today. Just as in the garden, God walks beside you.